Okay.
There's literally no reason for you to have those.
No, it's just called being rich, man.
Did you even use those on the airplane?
No.
Did you bring them?
Yeah.
You didn't use them on the airplane, though?
Not once.
That's insane.
We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit. That's wild. Because that was the perfect
5,
hour.
4, 3, 2,
1.
No, of course I use them on the airplane.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. You're fucking
That's
weird.
literally the one reason why I bought them. Was for the airplane trip.
Hey, man, I get it, dude. You go on airplanes all the time, so that's why you need them.
I need them.
You fly first class, huh?
Yeah.
You know that they actually can't stop you from sitting first class?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are they going to do to take you out the plane?
Too big.
I know.
Like, I should be sitting first class anyways, but I don't got the money.
Amen.
So, I'm going to sit first class. What do you want? You want me to buy 3 seats? Pfft, come on now.
We have really not a lot to bring up, huh?
Yeah, nothing to talk about.
A lot of dog shit.
Pretty much garbage.
Sports filled?
Yeah.
Jam-packed?
Jam-packed.
From the top to the bottom?
No, So, spoiler alert, we went to Vegas.
Las
Not
Vegas.
Lost Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Lost Vegas. Because we lost big.
That's what you're going for. I thought you were saying that's what I said.
I thought that's what you said.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
No, you're just retarded.
Both are true.
Go
I
ahead.
said lost and
Go ahead. Fill everybody in.
We went to Vegas. But I do have a gripe.
Okay.
The gripe lies with the time. I get it. It was great. And it was great for everybody else. It wasn't my thing, though.
Sure.
Because March Madness fucking sucks.
Okay.
It's so bad.
Yeah, it's the greatest postseason, like...
No, don't even say that, because that's
it
not
is.
true. Postseason, it's actually the worst. And this isn't even biased.
It's the worst?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'll give you, like, if people want to argue that, like, normal season basketball of college is better than normal season of NBA, okay, maybe. Because those games feel like they're actually worth something, because the seeds matter. Like, every game in a college NBA, or a college season for basketball matters.
Okay.
But in the NBA, it doesn't matter as much. So, normal season, yes. Outside that, it is actually the worst postseason, and it's not even close. Hey, man.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's the worst season?
Wisconsin versus fucking whatever team they played?
Yeah.
They put up like fucking 80 combined points.
Okay.
Dog shit. Garbage. Don't put it on the air. It shouldn't ever be aired. Those teams should never play on the air.
What? It's
so bad.
Because they're college players?
Because they suck.
Yeah.
At basketball.
Hey, this is... Okay.
Hey, this is the same amount of people that should watch college basketball is the same amount of people that watch the WNBA. It's garbage.
Your whole statement, it's so dumb.
It's not.
This is... What you're saying, right? Should be checked on by a doctor because they need to make sure how stupid you are. It's so dumb.
Hey, man. Wisconsin shot 1 for 20 behind the 3-point.
Who cares?
Do not play on a TV screen. You should play at St. Francis High School. You should...
How do you find the players then for the NBA?
I don't give a fuck. Just like play the rate. Don't. My thing is, do not. I hate that people hold March Madness to this high standard.
It is good.
Unbiasedly, it's bad.
You are biased.
The only
you are biased.
Do you know why people like it?
Yes.
Why?
Because
it's good. Because people are so they just have so much heart.
No.
No. You know.
No.
You know why it's good? Because there's an abundance.
No.
There's an abundance of games.
That's not what it is.
Quickly.
That's not what it is. Right. That is a little bit what it is.
It is. The abundance thing is actually what it is.
Obviously, like, college sports are not going to be good as professional. Obviously, right?
They're not as fun to watch either, ever.
Hey.
And that's not subjective.
I will make this argument every single time, right? When the games start, right, it is literally nonstop sports for 2 days. Back to back to back to back games.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's why it's good. That's it. That's the only reason why.
One game out of, like, a best of one series is always going to be exciting. Knocked out of the tournament. That's it.
Yeah.
Incredible storylines, right? The 15 seed knocking out Kentucky. Kentucky spends more money on that. You don't get that in fucking NBA. You're never going to have the Orlando Magic beat the Bucks in a series. ever. Unless, like...
Unless LeBron James is on the Cavaliers with
Sure.
4 other bums and then beats the greatest team of all time. Yeah, except for that. Except for when that happens.
Okay, Kyrie...
Except for...
You realize how good that team is? People overlook how good the 2016 Cavs were. That's pre-Kevin Durant, Golden State. Kyrie Irving.
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love does not suck. At that time?
At that time, he sucked.
No, he didn't.
Now he's good. You do not know. You do not know.
Wait, are you saying Kevin Love's good now?
He's better than he was.
You're an idiot. You're so stupid.
The last 2 years, he's
been trashed the last 2 years. That is actually... Hey,
Better.
you don't know he
Better.
isn't.
He was so garbage when LeBron was on that team.
You have literally no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
You realize that Kevin Love was...
You have zero idea what you're
Last year, Kevin Love was seen as one of the worst contracts in the league because of how bad he was, right? He went to the Olympic team and got kicked off because he's terrible. He, like, was disgruntled, and, like, he was, like, an aging star. This is, like, a little bit of a resurgence for Kevin Love this year because, like, all of the supporting cast he has now. He's, like, a veteran who has taken, like, a reserve role. He doesn't even start anymore. You have no idea what you're talking about Kevin Love. That 2016 Cavs team is legitimately
great.
great.
So stupid. You're so fucking dumb. That's the dumbest fucking thing.
You think that Cavs team was bums?
Nobody thinks that.
I'm not saying it's the greatest team.
Hey,
it's a great team.
Now you're saying that, right? You're saying that now, but you're not looking at it from the perspective of that year and that because you're on paper. Yes, that team looks amazing. That's it. Nothing else, and you can't argue it any further because you were not that big into basketball then.
Okay, but I'm big into basketball now. You can retroactively look and like know that team is good.
Huh.
So okay, here's also like something to counter your argument, right? That storyline of LeBron coming back and beating Golden State, one of the greatest NBA stories of all time, without question. Without question.
Kyrie Irving had a game-winning shot.
No, none of that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Definitive. One of the greatest stories in NBA history, right?
Yes.
In March Madness.
Better than anything in March Madness.
In March Madness, a great storyline can happen every year because of the upset potential, right? So that it,
done.
Huh?
Because one and
right,
done.
Exactly. So there you go. There's one.
But the odds are like way different.
There's that right there, right? So the one, right? Obviously, you don't get.
That's like, we're going fucking. Oh, hey, there's more chances to deal 21, but you take 4s, 3s, 5s out of the deck. Like, you're taking out everything but the face cards and fucking aces.
Yeah, but you can't argue that, like, the single games are always going to be more exciting.
It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, that is good.
But the games themselves suck.
Hey, we watched...
Because sometimes they're an upset and, like, it's not close.
We watched Baylor versus UNC the other day.
UNC -3. Yes, I get it.
Right. That game...
You knew that from the beginning, though. So, like,
but okay,
there's no surprises
that game,
there.
even though UNC played like shit in the very end and still won, the fact that they were kind of playing like shit added to it. Like, you're like, how do they keep just, like, botching this, right? I'm never going to argue.
I don't like that.
I will never argue that that college basketball is better and they have more heart. That shit's stupid. Yeah. Get that out of here. If you're like, oh, the NBA players just get paid too much, fuck off.
Yeah,
I don't care. That's dumb.
But to compare it to because you're comparing it to the postseason.
I'm comparing it to I'm saying it is one of the greatest playoffs ever designed. It is the most exciting.
Design.
Yes.
If you say that, that's better. But do not say that it's the best postseason.
Everybody has a chance.
Yes, I get
everybody kind of gets invited, right?
Yeah.
Like, across the country, you have people who they had no shot. St. Petersburg has no shot. But now I want to see them fucking rock Purdue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, I mean...
anything can happen, baby.
If you say design, that's fine. It's boring, though. It's boring to watch.
No, well, that's for you.
The games are boring.
I know. You just don't like women. You don't like young players.
Yes, they suck.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I'm also not going to watch WNBA.
The entire time there, I watched one game.
I mean, I watched a bunch.
Like, I tried to tune into them.
Yeah.
And then they missed, like, a, 14-foot mid-range, and I go,
Sure.
this is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you're wide open.
You're not going to make that shot.
You're
You're going to dunk on him.
I know. I take off from 14 feet.
I know.
Yes.
It gets embarrassing.
I know. But my big thing is like,
We just argued so much about something that doesn't matter when we have like so many gems to get to.
yes.
Let's wrap it up.
So I only watched one game though, and you know what game it was. because I
UNC -3.
No, I didn't watch that game.
You didn't even watch? Oh, were you sleeping?
I tune in and I go, boring. Gone.
It was a great game.
No, I just come by to say, he said that from the start. He said UNC -3 from the start.
Sure.
That's it.
Which one did you watch?
Wisconsin versus whatever the second round team.
Did you watch that yesterday?
Yeah, whatever day it was.
It was like Monday when they lost?
Yes.
Why'd you watch that
Or
game?
Sunday.
Sunday when they lost?
Yes.
Oh, because you were still in Vegas.
Yes, and
Right.
we were in the room. And
Did you watch the Fighting
mean-
Illini lose?
No, I saw the technical, which was really fucking dumb.
I didn't watch that game.
All he did was he like jumped, but he had a breakaway dunk.
Yeah.
He dunked it, and because his momentum carried him forward, he had to like rock back.
Oh, the tech from hanging on the rim?
Yeah.
Sure.
But like he doesn't like hang. Like
Yeah.
he literally just swings back, but you have to swing back when you
To like not injure yourself?
Yes.
Sure.
Because otherwise you get thrown. Like
Yeah.
it's like a swing.
Yeah, tech's stupid.
Yeah. But yeah, the Madison game, because I got woken up while trying to take a nap because I hadn't slept the night before.
Yeah.
And while I was napping, I just hear them like screaming about how bad everything is.
Yeah.
And like how bad they're doing. I like wake up and they're like 1 for 15 at the time from 3.
Well,
they end up ending like 1 for 20. They like miss everything. I think that Wisconsin in total only had like 38 points or something stupid like that.
The game ended up like being like a 10-point game.
Yeah.
I think Iowa beat them.
Iowa State. Yeah,
Was
that's
it
what it was.
Iowa? Yeah, Iowa State.
And like,
So I don't know. Like if they got upset by it, like they weren't watching Wisconsin this year. I barely watched Wisconsin this year, and I knew they were going to get beat in that round. It's because like they were a streaky team,
well, they're very good defensively, but they have the worst.
and they have
offense.
one good player.
Yeah, and he's not even that good.
Yeah, he'll probably be drafted maybe like late first, maybe second.
That's what they kept on saying. That's a first round draft pick. That's first. They like whenever he'd miss a shot.
First round draft pick.
So yeah.
So
that was
your
my
biggest gripe is that the one reason that we were all excited to go for March Madness to watch the games, to like see people like hit big parlays and lose it
Guess how many bets I made?
on sports.
Yeah.
I bet $200 the first night, and I was like, "What am I doing? I don't know shit about college basketball." And then I never did it again.
For the best.
And then I don't think anybody came home with money, and we were there with 15 people.
Mike, I mean, outside of him losing drastically on eating food,
Sure.
he actually was up.
Up how much? He didn't really gamble
Not
like
much.
crazy, right?
Yeah, he barely gambled.
Yeah.
He,
That makes sense.
but
I
one,
mean,
of the,
we
one, of the
were
nights, one of the nights that he was like really fucked up, he ended up like gambling and was up. I want to say like $100-something.
You and I were degenerate with it. Oh yeah.
I was so bad. It was on. I would.
We are
lose.
so
There
we
was-
narratively we're not gonna like we're fucking jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
We're gonna go straight into blackjack because that's what both you and I want to talk about, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
We can kind of do this chronologically with blackjack, but then we'll go to like other stories in between. Yeah, the first night,
First night we start. I tell Tyler Voss and everybody else, I'm like, I want to play blackjack, but I got to ease into it. You know, I can't like tables there for a minimum hand. The lowest we could find at our hotel was $15, and that's like one table. The other ones are like $25.
see, but
Unless you
that's,
play virtual blackjack.
and you guys stray away from it so much.
No, we play virtual blackjack right away.
I love virtual blackjack.
I know you do, right?
Like it even more.
Here is my issue with it. I like rocking at the table. I like interacting with the dealer. I like tipping them. That's all fun, right?
See, we'll get to it, but there's a reason why I can't be at the table. I am just
Go ahead. Keep
fine.
going.
But so I end up taking an edible. Long story short, for the weekend, we were high and drunk the entire time.
Sure. I mean, I feel like that's
That's a given.
yeah.
And I just ended up getting high almost immediately off the edible because
Sure.
I hadn't eaten all day and just was like a little bit tipsy already. So I go to put money in, and I'm like, man, this is so slow. And I didn't know why I thought it was so slow. I throw like $5 in at once, like $5 bills stacked, and try to shove them in the machine.
Yeah.
They go in. At the time, T-Boss is recording me just to be like, this guy's down bad already. He's
Sure.
only been here 20 minutes. Little did he know that I stuck $5 bills out. They pop out in his Snapchat recording, and I go, oh, fuck.
So you try to put many dollar bills at the same time? Try to sneak in
I tried, and
$25, $5.
I did the
You're trying to
SpongeBob.
keep-
I did the SpongeBob thing where when it tried to come out, I went, "It's not coming out. Stay in there." Yeah, I had this degeneracy though with it, where throughout the entire weekend, and we'll explain more why we would go down, but I would get up like $300,
Sure. Yeah. I know that feeling.
lose it all
Yeah.
immediately. There was one point where like I legit was up $300,
Yeah.
doing fucking great. That's a pull out. You pull out right there. That's where you should know.
You're talking virtual blackjack.
Yes, I lose. I start doing the whale bets.
Yeah.
Whale bets.
Well, we'll get to when we start doing whale bets.
And no, this was when I did whale bets.
Well, sure,
I do
but
a-
we didn't have a name for it yet.
I do $100,
Yeah.
and I fucking throw 100 in, lose. I go, what the fuck? She's on like a 5-game win streak.
Yeah.
She's got 3 blackjack.
You're talking about the
blackjacks.
virtual blackjack
virtual,
lady.
yeah, the virtual blackjack. She has 3 blackjacks. She got like a 21 dealt later and a 20. So I was like, there's no fucking way. Do 100 again. We're already down.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, fuck it. But she hasn't won in a while. So now that I'm like, back to even pretty much, I end up throwing 25 in,
Yeah.
which then I get 7s.
Sure.
So it's Split City.
Split City.
It's Split City.
Split. Hey, so what was she showing?
She was showing like a 4 or something.
Yeah, Split City on a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, duh. Double 7s?
Yeah.
Sure. What, you hit 4 and 4?
10, 17, 17.
Okay.
That's fucking good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Fucking good.
Sure.
Flip 5.
Uh-oh.
Flip face.
Yeah, 19. Crush
$50.
it.
I go, fuck, she's not winning again. I'm all in. I throw in all my coins. I lose the $300 that I'm up and everything.
Yeah.
And the $100 I had in or whatever. So I'm
Yeah,
down
that's
400
that. It's you know what we lack with our blackjack skills? Discipline.
Yes. So I lose there. I go, there's no way. She
Yeah.
just beat me 6 times in a row. Lose that. Immediately, I'm like, fuck. There's no hesitation. I pull my wallet out. Mike goes, no, 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 no. I throw $100 in. $100 down. Gone.
Did you?
I put another 100 in. After that, I put another 100 in. I go, I don't give a fuck, Mike. We're having fun. And he goes, hey, man, you were having fun when you were up. I go, no, this is also fun. This part's fun, too. This is, I'm losing, but I'm having fun. And
You are degenerate.
I throw 100 down. I win.
Nice. Did you get it back?
End up slowly losing that one.
Sure.
That one just, I don't do many. I do like some 25ers.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it ends up just making me lose it all.
Yeah. I have a question about blackjack for the next day. So we go to a pool party, right?
Yes.
To essentially watch the games.
Yes.
And you guys find a real This is the first like real table you go to, right?
Yeah.
It's $25 a hand, and unfortunately, that's the only blackjack table. Like that's the only options.
That was the lowest.
It's the lowest one, and there's no virtual. So like our degenerate blackjack like addiction that we all have, we just keep rotating people in there.
Yeah.
And I can only play a couple of hands because I just would keep losing. I would literally go in there, lose $100, and then be like, "Well, I'll be back in a bit," and then I would lose another 100. It's like, what the fuck, man? So, how was your experience at that table?
Hated it.
Because you lose so fast.
You lose so fast, and
Yeah.
also the dealers there, I hated them.
Did you?
Well, one of them like steered me in the wrong direction. Like I wanted to stay on a 14, and she had like I want to say like a 6 showing or something. I was like, well, I mean, I'll just take it. Like I'd
Yeah, you want to hold it. If
Hold.
she has 16, that's the bus card.
Yes. She goes, no, you hit here.
That's so stupid.
And I was like, no. And she was like, you have to hit here.
No, you
Pretty
don't.
much. And then made me hit. End up losing, and that was on the bigger table. That was like the $50 table.
There was a $50 table? You're a high roller.
It was the back ones.
So,
and I lost that one immediately. I go, fuck. I go to the other table.
That's really dumb to me because blackjack dealers, the way it's designed is, which is nice, they want you to win.
Yeah,
because
they
want you to tip them, right? So if they're telling you the wrong plays, that's like stupid to me.
Well, I think that like it might
She
have
might
not
have
been
just
that
not-
exact. It might have been like a legit like
12?
not her on, like she didn't mean to.
Yeah, she just fucked up.
But I was just like, well, like my intuition, like I wanted to. Let me trust my intuition.
Well, yeah, you could have done that.
Yeah, I hate when people tell me to do stuff unless they're telling me to, do other cool things like double down and split.
Yeah.
Then I'll listen to that.
Oh, man.
But then I end up cranking through like $400 at that place too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the place where I lost big, and I was like, this fucking sucks. Because the first table I was up like fucking $200 again.
Yeah.
Every table I end up going. Every time that I played, I was up.
Sure,
$200
that's what gets you.
Part of the game.
It's part of the game. You go up, you go down,
People
and
say
then you
that
stay
slot
down.
machines are so bad because like you just lose most of the time.
Yeah.
It's the
Blackjack,
same
at
as
least you win a little bit. You have fun, and you think you're a genius.
You do win a bit on on. The only thing with slots is that sometimes you'll win, and even though like you'll go, oh my god, 1,600 credits, then you realize that the entire time you've been betting 2,000 credits.
Yeah.
So you just lost $4.
Slots I hate because it just feels so like lifeless, and like whenever I go through a Vegas casino and I just see those people just keep cranking it, I'm just like, there's nothing going on in them. They're just like a shell. It feels so empty to me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I believe the next thing we discover is like the king of all of our blackjack spots, without question.
Yeah.
Our room, which is like you and I, and then two others, Tyler Voss and our friend Michael.
Yep.
We are in our room. We take a little nap ski, right? I think we leave everybody else because you got one of the highlights of the weekend. One of like the leading narratives is that you kept listening to Kodak Black.
Yeah.
And he calls himself a super gremlin within the song. So you started calling yourself a gremlin. And then it progressed to like...
Well, I forgot. What did we end up... I think that we might have went there the first night. No, we didn't, did we? We did something the first night. We did for sure go to this place the first night.
No, we didn't.
Did we not?
No, because I'll tell you why.
Oh, because Hooters.
Yes.
But
that was the discovery.
I forgot what I did the first night, though.
We might have played blackjack in the MGM.
No, I was going crazy at the Taco Bell Cantina.
Sure.
And that's when I said, I was on my Gremlin shit last night.
Where the Gremlin came out.
Yes.
There. And then somebody said Goblin, right? And then we're like, that's the next level. And then at the very end, like we were just saying, like I would just kept saying, like, dude, you got demons in you. We're on demon time right now.
Well, the Goblin progressed because T-Voss started calling me a goblin because I said Gremlin.
Yeah.
He thought of the Goblin tweet because there was this Goblin tweet that he retweeted where it said, "Hey man, you're not going Goblin mode. You're just saying the N-word." And that was a tweet that he really liked. So he just kept on saying I was going Goblin mode.
Yeah.
There was just different levels to it for me.
Yeah, you were like definitely Goblin mode at the pool party. So the four of us, we were like, let's get food, let's reconvene. Yeah, you have zero memory of this at all.
We can come back to the pool party too, even if we want, because if we want to get back to the black.
So we'll come back to that, right? So essentially, we separate the groups, right?
Yes.
We get In and Out. They get Hooters, not by their choice. They went to get Steak and Shake next door, and they're like, well, it's closed. Hooters is here. We're starving. Let's get it. They get to the Hooters, right? Whatever. They have the food. And then when they're left in the casino, they discover the minimums have lowered. We got $15 is everywhere. $15 minimums everywhere. We got $10 minimums, and the fucking greatest one, we have dollar minimums.
Yeah.
At a real table.
You know what's crazy though
We never got to
You and I never touched
We
them.
never because you have
People love 'em.
People love dollar.
Well, they also, I realized too later on that it advertises it. It says dollar blackjack in front of the hotel.
Does it?
Yeah. So people were going in there because they knew.
No idea, right? So when they discover, like when they tell us that, we're like, well, that's where we need to be, right? We've been losing you're already down $1,800. Like, we need to go there.
Yeah.
First night, pretty fun, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're in virtual blackjack.
No, I end up coming to you and T-Voss, who are on a
We're on a $10 table.
$10 table.
Yeah.
And I come over there, and this is the first time that I just start. This is the reason why I'm not able to be at normal tables.
Sure.
I just start. If I lost $10 on like a split, so I'd end up losing like 20 in total. I just like turn and throw my head down and go, "I'm fucking ruined."
Right.
I'm ruined.
Which is against the rules
You're not able to swear and cuss
at the table.
at the table.
None of us knew, and fun fact, you swear a little bit.
I swear a bunch.
Swear a lot.
So I'm just chopping fuck shit. God fucking damn it. This game fucking sucks. The fucking dealer like leans over to me and goes, "Hey, you gotta stop swearing. There's no swear." Like, she had already warned us a few times.
Yeah.
And she like finally like one-on-one told me. I said, "This gremlin is a no." I said, "This gremlin is fucking deranged." And I just go,
This gremlin's fucking deranged.
and
That's such a crazy thing to say.
you hear me say it, you start dying of laughter. She gives up. She just says, well, what can I do? She throws her hands up. She goes, "Oh, what can I do?"
That's such a crazy thing to say to somebody when you're just trying to do your job and you're like, please don't swear. And then you go, "This gremlin's fucking deranged." I mean, you've earned it.
And to throw 3 fingers to my head like I'm a basketball player that just cashed out a 3-point, it's just nuts. And so then the entire night I'm saying it to you. I don't even remember doing this.
So,
well, I do when you told me, but it was like one of those like, oh, fuck, I did that.
Here is the progression of our blackjack throughout how it finally peaked at my last day. Your second last day. Mm-hmm. We go from
there's also seeds planted.
Sure.
Because
right.
You've been talked about prior to this, like for about a year or two,
yes,
since the last time you went.
Since the last time I went to Vegas,
Las Vegas.
Yeah. I got hammered on White Russians, and I started like splitting on like 10s,
and not in like an ironic way,
yeah,
a funny way. You just go, you were fucked up, and I guess you just go, and you'd split the fingers.
Yeah,
like you wanted the 10 split,
and then it would work, right? Yeah. And like Tyler Rogney would be next to me, and the table would be pissed because like you're not supposed to do that, and you're just like taking face cards from people, and I would like hit on like 17s, and it would be fine, and shit like that happened the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So we're leading like people into that.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to us, when we're at the final, not the final day, but the blackjack, our friends all get on the dollar tables, and they start playing like that unironically.
Yeah.
They're splitting 10s, they're doubling down, they're doubling down in 13s, they're doubling down in 12s. Baby. Like, and we think that's so funny that we carry it into the next day on a $10 table. We managed all to get on our own table minus 1 seat with a guy who was warned, this is how we're playing.
Yeah.
And he just like, we hated it.
Hated every second.
He
kept that, and like to the point where like he was like, I don't know if he thought that he was being coy about it too, because he mumbled to himself like, "You're not supposed to fucking do that. You're not supposed to do." Can you do that?
If you could split the cards, 2s, 10s, 7s, whatever it was, it does not matter what the dealer was showing.
Yeah.
Somebody would go, "I'm sorry, what city do we live in?" "Split City, baby." Split City. And then if it was a 12, you double that.
Yeah. You double down.
You double it every time. Mm-hmm. It was electric.
Oh yeah.
And if it hit, we would erupt. And especially when it hit. That is, if you look at any rule book and what you're supposed to do, you like do not The math does not work out that way.
Yeah.
And if it would work, I would be like, Brian, what does the math tell us? He goes, it tells us to double down. And then the guy at the far right would go like, that's not what the math says. That's not what the math says. So we're living it up. We started like incorporating like double city, split city, whale plays where we would just, instead of doing the $10 minimums, we'd bump our bets $100 sometimes, $75. And I go pretty all in on a whale play.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it. We just get this new dealer. I think I get like $75 for a hand, which not like you, but pretty big for me.
Yeah.
I don't think I hit, right? And the table loses, right? I'm center. And she goes to our entire table and goes, watch this. And we're like, what? And she calls the pit boss over and says, he said to hit, and I just kept it moving. And because of it, like, he should have got this card. And the pit boss is like, okay, well, we can't give you this card, but we can, like, replay the hand. And I was just in so like, everybody thought I was like, should I hit or not hit? Like, everybody was in, like, awe that I was like, I'm going to hit. And because of it, she busts out, the entire table wins, and, like, she just lied in, like, a legit Vegas casino. It's the craziest thing. That's, like, a legit, like, she can lose her job for that.
Yeah. And she did it for the kid.
Did it for me, did it for the table, did it for, like, the memes. I think it's because of, like, all the stupid shit we were doing, and she was just having fun. I don't know why she did it. It was fucking insane.
It was pretty sweet.
It was her birthday.
So,
That's what she said. It's my birthday. We're having fun. That's what she said.
That's good. So there was an open slot.
Yeah.
And the reasoning for that was because I was at Virtual Black.
Right. We lit, like, Tyler Voss and I are at a $10 table with like legitimately a bunch of dorks.
Yeah.
They were like doing what we did, like, light, right? Yeah. All the things that they thought were so funny, we took it like up to 11.
Yeah.
I look to my left, I see a whole open table, and I was like, wait, what the I gotta get all the fellas here.
Yeah.
And I try to call
originally you wanted me on that dork table, and I hated the two guys that were there.
Sure.
So I would not go on that table.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to play virtual blackjack on borrowed money.
Yeah.
I'm using $20 borrowed money from somebody, Mike.
Yeah.
And play virtual blackjack for a little bit. I get that $20 all the way up to $250.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
And first, originally, actually, I get up to 120 by myself, just chilling with Mike. Mike's just like, God damn, you killed it.
Yeah.
End up, all right, I'm going to pull out. I'm going to be a reasonable person.
Yeah.
Pull out. End up, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to hop on that table with the dorks still.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop back on the virtual blackjack. I go there. Our buddy Brian, who started the split city pretty much, and like the screaming.
Double cities and the screaming.
Yeah. He sits next to me during virtual blackjack.
Yeah.
And I just, because he's there, I'm playing into it. I'm at 135 or whatever. I started with 20. That's what it was. I started with 20, got up to 135 originally, then put the coupon back in. Still had $10 in my pocket too, because he gave me 30 initially. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like, I'm losing a bit. I go, fuck it. I'm still listening. I'm not going.
Right. Uh-huh.
I like end up splitting sevens or something. Sure. I fucking hit 21 and 20 on it.
That's how we fucking do it.
Like I hit like a four-face. Hit a four-face card on one. Next one. Fucking
10.
Hit like I think like 6 and then another 7.
Yep.
Fucking insane. I'm like, this is fucking sweet. What the fuck? I end up getting up to like 200 something.
Just because of his game plans?
Just doing that crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it on my own. And midway through, you guys like are telling me, oh, come to this open spot. And I'm like, no, I'm up way too big. I end that night ahead.
Did you?
I end up dropping back down to 135.
The next day?
No, right then. I lost all that the next day.
Okay.
After you left, I lost that all.
Okay.
That's different. Who cares about that? I pull out at 135. I lose like another $100 just playing on my own.
Sure.
While you guys are at that table. it gets to like 6 a.m., you guys got to fight an hour.
Oh, right. So that is a great point. We're having so much fun at the blackjack.
You don't know the ending of this story, huh?
Well, here's my ending, right?
Yeah.
It gets to like 3:30 a.m. after me telling myself an hour ago, 2:30 I'm going to leave, 1:30 I'm going to leave, 12. We get all the way to 3:30, and I'm like, I literally have to pull out. I have to go now. Because I have to pack. It's probably going to take me like an hour to pack everything because I'm hammered. I've been drinking White Russians for fucking since 10 p.m.
Hey, you're not even hammered. You just are full of milk. Like, dude,
Yeah.
At one point,
I'm milk drunk.
One point, I slapped you on the chest and you just like lactated a little bit.
I was at the dork table, right? And they were like, "Oh, White Russians, like the dude," and I was like, "Dog, these are vodka milks. I don't got a fucking clue what you're talking about."
These are vodka milks. It's good milky.
And they never talked to me again.
I hated them.
So we just have to. I haven't stayed up that long since I think I was a 13-year-old kid.
Yeah.
That's how long. I mean, I stayed up. I mean, you guys took a nap, and I didn't even go. Like, I think I got up at 8, and I didn't go to sleep until 7 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
Like, I was.
This was after.
I was up for almost 24 hours.
Was that after a pool party and the rooftop, or was that just rooftop? Were those two separate days?
Those separate days. Yes.
Um.
What is the ending to the story?
So I finally come over by you guys and join in on the fun for a bit. I wait out the hour or hour and a half that you guys are there, and I go, all right, I gotta cash out this coupon.
Yeah.
And you go, cash it out. Whale play that.
Do I say that?
You don't remember?
No.
I take $100 and I go throw it on a singular hand on that table.
Wait, with us?
Where you were sitting, you were not playing anymore.
Oh,
you had pulling out.
Oh, so I go like, I gotta go, and you were like, I gotta cash this out, and then I say, oh, you gotta whale play that.
Yeah.
And then I just leave?
No, you stayed. Me and you left together.
Oh, okay.
I take 100, and it's like I think that I get dealt like a 20 and she busts or something. And just everybody erupted because we're just going, well play. And it just erupts. I go, hell yes. I'm back to where I was.
Do I get you out of there?
I pull out, I cash out. I have $235 bucks. I give back the $30 to Mike.
Sure.
I was supposed to give him like 5%. He was like, nah, just keep it. You're good, man.
Yeah, you won the whale play.
I won the whale play.
Yeah.
We end up leaving then. Lost that all the next day.
Sure. I mean, I lost
all 200.
I think I was up at one point $300 at that table from whale plays and shit like that, and I just like lost it all at the end. I whale played. You start chasing it.
Oh yeah. Of course you chase it.
That is really funny. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I was really hammered by the end of it. Like, I legit went on the plane like pretty drunk still at 7.
Oh, I was trashed.
Yeah, but you're like late at night, right? I was still drinking before we got onto the plane.
Oh, I was
at 7 a.m.
I didn't stop drinking. You know that I had like a full cup of Jack, Tennessee honey.
You
Jack.
snuck it into the.
It was just bringing it everywhere.
Oh right, I know.
Yeah, I brought it over there, and I was giving you guys drinks. And at one point, Mike goes, "Oh, this is actually a pretty good chaser."
I remember that.
A pretty good mixed drink. Yeah. And I go, "That's just straight up Tennessee honey, baby."
Yes, I do remember that. That is a fun move to just pour an entire bottle into a red Solo cup and drink it the rest of the night.
Yeah, because I mean, they don't care that you have drinks.
No, but they would care if you had a bottle.
If you had a full bottle, you'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
That's just an alcohol. That's alcoholism speaking.
Oh yeah,
that's how you learn that. Hey, you'll get caught with the full bottle. You don't get caught with a cup.
Oh yeah. So where do we start then with our adventures of just being high and drunk?
I can start with one that you weren't there with.
The first day?
It is, I believe it's the first day. It might be the second day. Right. You and Michael take a little nap ski.
Oh, then that's second day. And
Tyler Voss and I, we got to hit the virtual blackjack tables. We go down. We play for about an hour. I think I go up like $20 or I don't know, something stupid. We have to go to the bathroom. I get a poop, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this one.
So, so I, go take a shit. Look to my left, no toilet paper. Right. In Vegas, one thing great, an abundance of stalls and like urinals, like legitimately like 20.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, I got to get up, go to another stall, find toilet paper.
Yep.
First stall I look, it is covered head to toe in shit. I mean, like, the floor is covered in shit. It looked like they tried to hit the bowl and it just smeared everywhere. And like, people must have not noticed the shit because it looked like stepped in, and it's a lot. It's so much shit.
It's just a stall of shit.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And I was like, that is insane. So I go to the stall basically in front of it, and I find toilet paper, and I'm gonna start doing my job. And then like I see like the black boots and like this guy's like sweeper.
Yeah.
And like bucket to clean shit up. Like he's trying to clean
Not
the toilet.
literally shit.
No, yeah, no, like
stuff
off the ground. He's trying to like sweep up the floor.
You typically don't just sweep
And then like he notices the stall, and I just hear under his breath, Jesus Christ. Then it starts getting progressively more like Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ.
Fuck. God damn it.
And then like I get out and he's just pacing up and down the stalls. It's just fucking Jesus Christ. Because he has to clean it. So he calls. He has like a like an earpiece, like a little Bluetooth earpiece.
We got a code red.
And he's like, we need to get like. He's like, we need everybody here.
All hands on deck. Code red. Code red. They're like, where's the fucking stolen child?
I mean, it is fucking a nightmare for that guy. I mean, it's so crazy that it happened in an instant that, like, I'm like, how did Tyler Voss miss it? He was just sitting on the slot machines waiting, and I was like, man, you gotta check this out.
Yeah, that's really good.
So that's one of my favorites that I just stumbled into. No, there isn't any crazy gambling stories where like all of a sudden we made $1 million, like nothing like that. Nobody won anything. You would think so. Well, statistically, we should have won something, but
because nobody played slots.
It was the way we.
Nobody played slots. That's why.
I've played blackjack and left with like $800 extra before.
Yeah, but you always see every other person that goes to Vegas, somebody leaves with like a few $1,000s.
Sure, something like that.
Because it's like slots or like sports.
You hit a parlay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like no good like, oh, somebody won big. It was just always somebody was up like $300 and then they lost it all plus the money that they started with.
I got also a good story. If you want me to jump in.
Can I continue on?
So everybody, day one, everybody was coming in from different places throughout the country. Colorado, Chicago, California, Milwaukee, obviously. So there's different waves, right? I was part of the first wave, and we basically start drinking right away, right? Because we go to the wheat store, get that right out of the way, buy enough for the entire weekend, and we start drinking periodically. And then the next wave of people, we've been drinking all day, basically 9 a.m. to like, let's say 6:30 p.m., right? That's the bullet point. We are all, drinking, and like, I think we took edibles, and the last person arrives to our group of like 15.
Yeah.
And he is by far the drunkest.
Yeah.
He has not been in Vegas for more than 20 minutes, and he is hammered. Trashed.
And him and his brother both look terrible when they're very drunk.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
You
had been there for probably about like almost 12 hours.
Almost 12 hours drinking the entire time.
Yeah.
And he started in Milwaukee, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Got margaritas, right?
Yeah.
Like after work. Just like started off pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
drank a bunch of Buzz Balls.
Yeah.
I've never had one of those in my life.
I will never have one of those in my life.
I guess he said he had 4
Yeah.
and kept it rolling on the airplane.
Those things are just like little Four Locos.
Sure.
So like 4 of them is like a Four Loco.
So then he just like is drinking on the plane, which means he got onto the plane hammered, was hammered the entire time, got his luggage, gets flew Spirit, which is funny.
Yeah.
Got to the airport and found us.
Yeah.
An impressive feat.
Pretty impressive.
Not too bad.
I really liked the fact about the weekend. I had this weird fascination with just shove. I mean, I typically always do, but I just shove my fingers in things and
Sure.
in people.
Yeah.
And at one point while at the pool party, I'm fucking hammered. I'm trashed. I made 2 of these. We call them Beatos, and it was
I explained this to my girlfriend. It's one of the dumbest dumbest names the entire time. It was in our vernacular the whole weekend.
Yeah. T-Voss at one point.
We had generic liquid IV.
Yeah. No, it was just water flavored. It's not liquid IV.
Oh, was it?
No.
I thought it had electrolytes.
It said liquid. Hey, every juice has electrolytes in it. That doesn't make it liquid IV. Is Gatorade liquid IV? No.
Okay, so anyways.
It's just a mix. It's just a powder.
It's a powder to put in water.
Yes.
For
And it says mixed berries. And our buddy goes, mixed beans?
Right.
And I go, that's bean flavor, baby. And he goes, oh, ooh, this is beanie. So the entire time we just called these vodka waters with just mixed berry packets.
Right.
So we call them Beatos.
Because we were drinking Tito's.
Because we were drinking Tito's. And we're saying,
make me a Beatos.
Hey, throw some beans in that. Throw some beans.
Right.
And the entire time, there's a perforated edge on these flavoring packets.
Sure.
And T-Voss the entire time cannot open it.
Why not?
Because it's only perforated on one side. And I don't know if he did it on purpose or like he legit couldn't figure it out the entire weekend. And he had the most amount of Beatos by far.
Yeah.
I would make very stiff ones.
Sure.
But he just would rip it from the other side and he'd go, open it. You're the bean snapper.
That's a funny line.
And I just rip it really easily. He goes, you're so much stronger than I am.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was just, he didn't find the perforated edge. But I go to the pool party and I'm fucking trashed.
Yeah, we can talk about this.
Prior to it, I take an edible and then I jump on the Bachelor, Tyler Rogney, hold him down and shove an edible in his mouth.
Yeah.
I go, no, you're going to be high.
Yeah.
We end up going to the pool party, cross-faded. And then midway through, he's talking about how salty my fingers were.
Sure.
I said, hey, open your mouth.
Yeah.
I just take both my fingers and I just it's like going to the dentist when they put that thing in your mouth.
Yeah,
and
except it's your 2 fingers.
But it's just my 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And you just watch the whole thing.
It went on for like 30 seconds. Nobody said anything, and then it never got brought up again. Nobody laughed.
Yeah. It was for nothing. Nobody laughed.
The progression of that day for you, I mean, you went on Goblin Mode, you were in Demon Time, you were gone, right?
Yeah.
Super Gremlin was out.
I'm pretty sure that I peed myself in my swim trunks and then just hopped in a pool. I do that all the time.
One highlight throughout the weekend, that like a nice little kiss throughout, was just like the consistent amount of panic I was in from these edibles.
Yes.
I mean, every day I would take one thinking like, okay, I've built up a little bit of a tolerance from the night before. Like, it must not be as extreme again. Yeah. And every day it was as extreme. And I was like, every day I would have to talk myself off the ledge.
Yes.
The pool party was the most extreme version of it for me.
Yeah.
I never caught my breath. I never stopped panicking. I always felt unwell.
Yeah, I blacked out for the whole thing. Because I was so high. You
needed to be taken away. It was the right time to leave for you.
But I don't know why. I don't even remember leaving.
You weren't doing anything bad, right? Okay. But the way I put it as I was like, you got robbed twice in your life.
Yeah.
Right? And people are like, how did he get robbed twice? And I'm thinking, like, I don't know how I didn't get robbed more. Like, you were in a state where, like, somebody should have robbed you.
Yeah.
That's how, like, obliterated you were.
Yes.
Not even my suggestion. People are like, let's get in and out.
Yep.
And I'm like, these are all the greatest reasons for me to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because I needed to leave as well. I kept talking to Tyler Voss, like, I'm just trying to feel. I was freaking out about an hour ago. And then you talked to me an hour later, and I was like, I am still freaking out. We get to In-N-Out. We take an Uber there 20 minutes. Because you have to, when you're in, at least I do, when you're in Vegas, you gotta get in and out.
You gotta get in.
If you're in any place, California, wherever they are, you gotta go. And we just get on the discussion. 3 of the 4 of us have seen the Batman movie, and we're talking about the reasons why we like it, the reasons why we don't. And you are just like arguing tooth and nail, saying points, and we're like, you have not seen this movie. And then you would scream at us, and I'd be like, dude, we're right here. Like, you don't have to, like, I kept telling you to break it down, and you would scream back up, right?
Yeah.
Then you didn't say anything for 20 minutes, and then you went, how did we get here? Like you had just come to. Like you haven't been. It's like you were just regaining consciousness. Like you weren't being a menace, weren't on demon time for the past 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were arguing with us. You were screaming. You were like obvious. You were harassing girls at some point.
Was I?
There was a table of girls, right? And they said a word to you. So then you just started talking to them for like, I was like, dude, we gotta keep. And we just kept walking, right? And when you're hammered like that, you're beautiful. Like you'll just like throw things in like that. And I'm like, God, Jesus Christ, we gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
You were on that shit.
I know I was on that shit. It was funny. I heard that at one point I was screaming, and I was like, why are we even screaming? And you guys were like, no one else is screaming but you.
It was always just you.
Yeah, then I heard the points, and I was like, I still stand by those points.
I don't even care what the points were anymore.
Yeah.
But
the fact that I'm arguing so much.
There was one story, right? You told a story, right? About you were like, this story took you, no joke, 15 minutes to tell. Yes. I will tell you it right now. This is how long the story should be. I'm you. Me as a nice guy. T-Voss asked me, can I take a bite of that Cinnabon? And out of the kindness of my heart, I gave him a bite.
Yeah.
And you know what he did, right?
Yeah.
When he ordered sliders, do you know what happened, right? So we're all thinking that you're going to say, he didn't give me a bite.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
But instead, you're like, and you know what he did? Onions all over it. Right?
Yes.
The whole beginning of the story meant nothing. And it took you literally 10 minutes to get through that.
No, the beginning did have.
But none of us were connecting on it. We had no idea why they correlated.
It's because when you tell me that, I know what I was trying to get at. Before you explain it,
this is the next thing you said, right? We were just laughing at you, right? Because you're like, you're not making any sense. Like those don't connect whatsoever. And then you like turn to me and you're like, why aren't you on my side on this thing? like I was gonna be the voice of reason and be like, I'm on his side.
It's because the whole reason, the setup, and the thing that you guys weren't connecting was that the whole premise of it was that, and I know this because I was thinking about it for a while before I blacked out, and it was that you were right the entire time. And that's all I kept on saying, I think, at first, was, you were right, David. And you were like, I do that to bait you to say, right about what? Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted. And you go, right about what? I go, the onions.
Yeah.
And so this is exactly how it should have went. I go, the onions.
Yeah.
The kid just loves onions.
Sure.
And that's what the premise should have been. Obviously, that's not how it went.
No.
Because I probably wasn't making any sense. And
you weren't making any sense.
And then I go, I try to cash in my one favor because I gave T-Voss a bite earlier in the day.
Yeah.
take a bite of his slider, and it's just straight fucking onions.
That makes more sense.
That's why I wanted you on my side, was because you were supposed to be like, and for me, I'm high and drunk, so I'm like, David's high and drunk, he's got to know what I'm talking about with this guy and onions. Because you specifically will not order the same burger as that guy anymore. Because and that's what I was trying to explain, was probably that whole story.
You were definitely trying to explain all of that. It makes more sense now. It literally,
with context.
I was trying.
Which is funny because our other two friends are going to listen. They're going to be like, oh, okay.
I mean, that makes more sense than what you're trying to say to me. But like, literally in the moment, I'm telling you, I was trying to understand.
Hey man,
the way you were leading us down the path, it literally made it seem like you were gonna be like, and he didn't give me a bite. That's what everybody there, including me, who knew about the onions because you told me earlier. Yeah. Even me, I was like, that is what he's gonna say. And then when you were like, onion, 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 like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then you were like, when we were all laughing at you from the nonsense, you were like, why aren't you on my side? Like, depressed.
I like that I keep on doing this thing where I go on rants when I'm really hammered. And people try to focus, and it just goes nowhere.
Well, I mean, we knew it was going.
I say nothing.
We knew it was going nowhere, right? But we just had to see it through.
Yeah, yeah. It was all because I was like, it was all to make a point that I finally experienced what you experienced, like 7 years ago.
Him loving onions.
Him loving onions
Raw
on his
onions.
burgers. Yeah,
sure.
Because you, like I said earlier, you will not order the same burger as him. Because one time you said, I'll take what he's having.
Yeah, not realizing he didn't take the onions off.
And he just got straight onions.
Yes.
And asked for no burger.
Sure.
Or bun.
Yeah.
So you're left with the plate of onions.
Like, why did you order this? Why did you just say onions? Why did you say a cheeseburger with nothing on it but the... Yeah.
There's another... Speaking of just getting a plate of onions.
Sure.
There's this funny story that I really like.
Go ahead.
When we were at dinner, so we go to a fancy dinner. Ends up being, $160 a plate, whatever.
Mine was like $225.
Yeah.
In the end, maybe even more.
Like minimum 160. Okay.
Yes.
Not even minimum. Like that's probably like middle, but
sure.
So it's like a nice restaurant, and like when it's a nice restaurant, there's certain things about nice restaurants. They're dimly lit. That sucks.
Yeah.
But their menus. The menus.
I love that your worldview is always through you. Like most people are like, oh, dimly lit room. It's like romantic, nice.
Fucking disgusting. Makes me sick.
Yeah, disgusting. Hate it. Keep going.
Can't see anything.
Hate surprises.
Yeah.
Or is that just your brother?
I like surprises.
Okay, go ahead.
So menus at these places usually very small.
Sure.
This one is pretty.
Yeah. When you're a great restaurant, you usually have a page because like we do these 9 things great.
Yes. Also, the stuff that like is on there, like the sides outside of steak.
Yeah.
Kind of vague, and you don't know what they are.
I didn't order any sides.
Yeah. And
I couldn't afford the sides.
I couldn't either. And I read them, and I didn't know what any of them are. Our friends ordered the sides, though.
Yeah.
One of them reads, the first word on it is tomato something.
Yeah.
And it's underneath the soup section.
Oh, right.
And so he orders this plate, this side, thinking it's tomato soup.
Yeah.
He gets it, and it's just a
An assortment of sliced tomatoes with olive oil on it.
Yeah, olive oil or balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, it's definitely olive oil.
Okay.
Balsamic vinegar.
That's a big word for Elmo.
Yeah.
I told that joke, nobody liked it.
I don't like it either.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And, which he tries to...
He tries to muscle it down.
He tries to play it off. He like turns to the side. He clearly doesn't like it. Throws like a tomato or two in his mouth.
Is it The Bachelor?
Yeah.
Okay. He hates tomatoes. Yeah. He tries to play it off.
He eats like 2. He goes, oh. And me and Mike watch him the whole time.
Yeah. Which is two like non-tomato eaters as well, right?
Yeah. And there's like random like green tomatoes in there too and shit.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It's actually like it's an appetizer that I would like. So I think I slammed it, right?
He goes, hey, I did not mean to order this. And he goes, does somebody want to eat this? You go, Yeah, sure, I'll try it. You throw one in your mouth. He's holding it. Normally when somebody holds it, you just grab one and gets put down. He knows you.
Yeah.
So
He just keeps holding it.
You just go back and you start throwing a few tomatoes down. You put it in front of you. You and T-Voss just slam the fucking tomatoes.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking good. Tyler Voss also got a 3-course meal, which is like $250, not including tip and everything.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Yes.
The ice cream wasn't good, or it was good.
It was good. The cake was good too. All of it was good.
The
lobster might have not been good. I don't know about that.
The lobster was good, but it tasted like dog shit because of how good the steak was. Which is, if you ever get lobster and steak, the lobster is always better. You'll never know that because you'll never get lobster.
Yeah, I'll never touch that shit.
How good was my Wagyu steak?
That was the best bite of steak that I've had.
Without question, right?
That being said, my filet mignon.
Yeah.
Not better than your steak that you've cooked.
That is
I also tried Mike's steak.
Yeah.
Which was like the ribeye or whatever.
Yeah.
Both like good steaks, don't get me wrong. Your steak was better.
You gotta get
the one that you like cooked.
You gotta get medium rare.
No.
If you have to try it.
No.
What are you scared of?
I don't like it. I've had it. It's not that I haven't tried it.
But at a restaurant like that, they're gonna make it like the best it ever will be.
I don't know. Maybe I could have gotten it a little bit.
Speaking of the best that it ever will be with food, Taco Bell and Cantina.
Yes.
Is there a better Taco Bell on the planet?
No.
There really isn't, right?
In Vegas, it just hits so much different, too.
When you were just vibing, it's our mission to get to this Taco Bell and Cantina. It's like the first night we walk the strip to get there. We're obviously small. Like, the reason why we wanted to take walks was to smoke the blunts that we had.
Yeah.
Which just makes it more fun. It's just like it lightens it up. And when you smoke, not as much of a panic.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. It's just like light. It's nice. And you can just like enjoy being high and not just scared of what's going to come next.
Yeah. Because you can control what you're intaking.
Correct.
And when it's going to hit you.
Yes.
Because it's smoking, it hits you almost instantly.
Right. So
edibles, like you just
gotta succumb.
You randomly just stop having like feeling of your fingers, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you lost your glasses for 5 minutes, and you had to take your shirt off because you're sweating so much. you were like, we need to find my glasses. Stat.
I was sweating so much though, just in general from panic attacks.
Yeah.
That at one point our buddy's shirt was just on the fucking bed, and I just started picking it up and like wiping my hands on the shirt.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey man, stop doing that." I had no idea that I was even doing that.
And then I told you, I was like, you can wipe your hands on me. I'll let you relax.
You let me just wipe gallons of sweat on you.
We get to that Taco Bell Cantina.
What do they have there? Of course they got a DJ.
They got a DJ. They have a private party going upstairs. You can buy alcohol there. And if somebody who doesn't like Taco Bell goes to that restaurant, they might change their mind.
Yeah.
Because the food is peak Taco Bell.
Yes.
Everything is fresh. Everything is cooked to order.
You told me something that it's just like completely different. Like Taco Bell Cantina is its own thing.
Yes, it is you can find, like, if you Google Taco Bell Cantina, you can like find the store locator and find the closest. I think there's one in Chicago. Okay. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, that's why it comes up as Taco Bell Cantina, because it's like,
it's different.
It's all Taco Bell food, right? But to the max.
It's like fresh, and they don't like skimp on anything.
No, it's not like, nobody back there is like gonna put a little bit of meat in
Nobody fucking pulls out they don't pull out the tortilla, grab a fucking spoon and go, fucking dog.
They're like happy to work there.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Everybody back there is like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
But we go in and the DJ is just playing.
Sure.
And like you're on a mission at first. You want to order food.
Yeah.
I get in there. I'm just fucking. I'm like full blown dancing.
Yeah.
Not like, oh god, this music's good. Let me.
It is a Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm not rocking back and forth and going.
And the music is bumping like the club.
Yeah, and I just start fucking.
Yeah.
Sure. I get in your face. I get you dancing.
Yeah.
And at first you're like, I'm still focused on this food.
Yeah.
But James is dancing. Mm-hmm. So you do a little bit of movements.
Sure.
And then you're like, fuck, can't stop this beat.
Yeah.
And we get to the middle and somebody's just going, damn, I love that guy's vibe.
Sure.
And shit. And I just like somebody was like, we got to get on their level tonight.
One thing funny that I noticed is our friend Brian does not like Taco Bell.
No.
He got the McDonald's right next door. And right when he finally got his McDonald's, he set his food down, spilled his Shamrock shake everywhere. And I was like, this is something I don't want to deal with, because I was like, ugh, God damn it. Like, fuck this. And I left the Taco Bell cantina to go to the bathroom. Just because I was like, and I came back, it's still there. And he didn't even clean it up. He just left it. He left the whole thing. What happened to your feet?
Okay. So we go to a rooftop party.
Yeah.
And
we'll end it after this. This is the last one.
It happened after us going to the dinner.
Sure.
For the dinner, I don't want to cause a ruckus by saying this, but we got a little bit dressed up.
Sure.
Don't want any hate. I want zero hate comments in the YouTube comments. Down below. I want zero, because I know that. I'm sorry that we dressed up.
Yeah, it's okay.
To everyone. But so we get dressed up. So I wear dress shoes, and these dress shoes are a little bit tight.
Whose are they?
They're mine.
Okay.
And I'm just like walking throughout the day. We get dressed up probably about 6 p.m. or something.
Yeah.
I think that the dinner's at 6, maybe 5 then. You know, we got fucking blazers on because we're also going to that rooftop party. Turtlenecks and the whole 9 years. I have these shoes on, start walking. I'm like, this is not that comfortable. But I'm so high and drunk. Like before we go out, this is when I start slamming the Tennessee whiskey and shit. So I'm just fucked off my ass.
Sure.
And we start walking. And I'm like, ooh, this kind of hurts to walk.
Yeah.
And they're like, Zach was like, shut up. Mike said, shut up. And I'm like, all right, fine. I started slowing down. And I forgot who came by me. It might have even been you. You're like, why are you walking so slow, man?
Yeah, I don't even remember this.
I was like, my feet just really hurt.
Okay.
And then I was like, that's all I complained until we got to the rooftop bar.
Yeah.
And I go, damn, my feet like fucking hurt. And they're like, shut up. It's not that bad. I go, no, I'm going to take a look at it real quick. And I'm right outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
I pull my shoe off, pull my sock off. I'm dug deep, like 6 layers of skin. Like to the point where this is what the back of my foot looks like right now.
Oh, why does it look like that?
It's because
what was it?
It just was digging into the back of my ankle the whole time. But I was too high and drunk to like fix my shoe.
Yeah.
And just like, it was a little bit too
I
tight.
thought you were going to say like you were wearing like triple layers or something. Okay.
No.
It was just the socks were like...
No, just the shoe. It was too tight.
Yeah.
And like I put it on wrong. I think that like I had it like folded up. So and I just never fixed it because I was too high and drunk.
And you just let it go?
And like, Mike had the best line. He goes, hey, Matt. I was like, well, I didn't want to make like a big fuss about it. And he goes, hey, man, you didn't make nearly big enough fuss about that. Your feet are fucked up.
Yeah, they're bleeding.
I was bleeding really bad. Yeah. There was like skin just hanging off of me. I didn't even know until the next day that I had blisters on my other foot.
What?
At the bottom.
How did that happen?
I just walking.
The last thing I'll bring up, 3 of us were wearing turtlenecks, right? We're at the Hooters casino, Dollar Blackjack.
Of course you are.
And I go and I'm looking at the top, and this one random guy comes up to me. He's like, man, turtlenecks are in. You're the 3rd guy I've seen with a turtleneck today.
That guy probably went and bought a turtleneck.
Little did he know it was our entire group, and we bought him.
Made the plan to do it.
All right, that should do it.
All
I
right.
think we have made it to a good old
7:20.
10:07. Not too bad. Want to get dinner? Little Tompkins?
Can't.
Tough.
I wish I could. Fuck. Why do you gotta? Why of all days?